Okay, my name is Denis Lachance. I'm a mining engineer. I have graduated from Laval University in Quebec in 1981, and I'm currently retired from, let's say, a full-time job in the mining sector. However, I keep myself busy with doing some consulting, sitting on the board of some small mining companies, and doing volunteer work. When I was at high school, I was about to choose going to pre-university, which we call Cégep in Quebec. What field will I pick? And I thought about becoming a forestry technician at the time. And one of my peers said, "Well, why you don't go with the regular program, which is pure science? And then at that point, once you're done, you could still add another year at pre-university and become a technician, or then you go to university and then you become an engineer, but still in the forestry sector." So long story short, while I was at pre-university, my mind changed to let's go maybe mechanical engineering or civil engineering, which was my first two choices that I've made when it was about time to register for university and pick a field. However, at the time I was dating a young woman, and her father was teaching mining engineering at Laval University. And over the summer, just before starting university in summer of '77, her father told me, "Well, you know, why you don't go in mining engineering, for instance? Give it a try." Anyhow, the first year of engineering at university, for all the fields, most of the course are pretty much the same. In mining engineering, in fact, over a 12-month period, you may have two specific courses that are really related to mining engineering. Everything else, I mean, you're going to be sitting in those big rooms with all those guys from the other sector, because this is the year that, again, 80% of the course are the same. So therefore, I mean, over the summer, I changed my mind and went into mining engineering, and I guess it was the right move. So that was, the long story short, this is why I ended up in mining engineering. I just wanted to say that mining engineering was not the most sexy engineering sector at the time. We were just a handful of guys. Obviously, sadly enough, there was no woman in that field. And 90% of us were coming from area in Quebec where there was no mining activity. So most of us, in fact, were coming from downtown, some big cities. Myself from Quebec. So the rationale to go mining engineering was not necessarily clear for each of us. For me, I wanted to give a try because the father of my girlfriend at the time was teaching, and convinced me to go there, and which I did. Yeah, when I was a student, I was elected the president of my class for 2 years. So that gave me the possibility to organize a few social activities, also some mining tours, and interact also with the other guys that from civil, mechanical, chemical, and electrical engineering, for instance, and geology as well. And while at university, I was not very much involved in my community, for say. Today, yes, big time, but at the time, not. Well, that's a good thing. I mean, you have to spend some time for sure, and but at the end of the day, there are some good rewards, and I'm sure you will harvest some nice fruits doing that. That was the last one, Kanyambo in New Caledonia. In a nutshell, I mean, that project, which had an initial budget of, had a budget when I was there of $5 billion US, included the construction of a deep water seaport, a 270 megawatt power plant, a metallurgical plant capable of producing 60,000 tons of nickel metal in matte, and also a surface mine, and several other auxiliary buildings and equipment. So that was that project. When I did arrive there, there was hardly nothing done. I mean, they were just starting, leveling the ground and getting ready for. It was about earthworks only. And when I left, I mean, the power plant was up, not running fully. The mine was up and running, and the power plant we were starting commissioning, and the deep water port was up and running. So that was, from an engineering point of view and management, but engineering especially point of view, that was the biggest challenge I had to deal with. The person has to be thorough, must be very rigorous, must be a good listener, and also must be in the field, meaning that either you're a project engineer or you're doing designs or you're doing a lot of office work. You've got to be in the field regularly, and that's a must. One of the most important thing, again, regarding someone who's about to graduate and start his or her career, first thing is listen. Be a good listener. Be humble. Aim at learning. So because when we are fresh from school, I mean, we don't have much experience. So we have to learn to start with. And we should also, the young guys or young women, I mean, they have to aim at learning from the seasoned engineers, so which they will be exposed with. The practical engineers, so the ones that they are probably most of the time in the field, they have to learn from those guys or those persons. And also from engineers that they are doing mostly office work, so they have to learn and to listen to all these engineers. But also they have something which is very important. They have also to learn and listen to the non-technical people, especially the experienced people that they don't have technical degree and they are in the field or they are in projects and they have that practical experience. So young engineers should listen to those persons as well. And the ones that the young engineers have seen, they have been successful in their career. That's exactly what they have done. They have been in listening mode in the first year or so, and learning, asking questions, and learning from technical and non-technical people. So that will be my advice.